Sourcing. The essence of solving any problem is discovering the source. And like any disease, once the cause is revealed, the cure will also appear. Of course, there's many cases when the cure is unknown, and that is because we're still learning how this world works. Some things will remain mysteries until we're ready for the answer. So the basic idea of tracking down the origin of any problem, whether it is physical, psychological, emotional, or spiritual, has the exact same key. When and where did it start? The process of tunneling back in time has many modalities, and whether it is formal therapy, a walkabout, a retreat, or a good cry, each of us has the means to find the tools that will help us unravel the knots from our past or fears of the future. Now we can choose, as usual, about how to proceed with any problem. We can ignore it. I have containers in my refrigerator that should have left this world a long time ago, but they're gathering interesting colors. I really got to remove the palpitating yogurt. Window shopping for the right tools is our responsibility, and there are many ways to get to the seed of trouble. It also requires, depending on the quality, courage, intention, and fortitude to face the mess. It is vitally important to keep a positive attitude in dealing effectively and to know your own limits and capacity. Trust is also essential. Trust that the universe has your back and that the Creator wants you to be happy, fulfilled, and growing. This is not a vindictive, mean, or uncaring realm. There is a continuous wind of love that permeates everything. Love is what holds it all together, from the quanta fields to the great galaxies everywhere. The dark matter that stumps the astrophysicists is just another form of the gravity of love. As Sufis, we call these origin roots nefs. And like weeds, they populate our inner world. The word's origin comes from nephesh, the spirit or wind, the soul breath. And without breath, there is no life. But it can be poisoned and distorted, and that's what nefs is. It's not the thing that is good or bad. It's whether it is the desire for a newer car, or identifying as a lawyer or a victim or a musician or whatever. That's the attachment, and it is how and what we identify with. And when you imagine you're a certain thing, well, whatever is part of this world is not permanent. You're attaching to a thing you really are not. It's a lie. It's false. And therefore, it cannot and will not sustain you. The process of identifying these links and working on them is part of being a whole human being. It's very difficult to do this by yourself. That's why there are communities who, like yourself, are engaged in this transformation. The Sufis call this Tarika. The Buddhists call it Sangha. And in most spiritual teachings, There is the group of like-hearted aspirants working together and individually to face their fears and overcome their nafs, so that you have a support group. Checking back into the source also helps solve some of the big questions, like, who am I? If you follow the path back, you might end up with a mystery or an answer like love. One thing you might want to start with is, why do you have all these expectations and investments? They get in the way of learning the true answers. So, how do you dump your expectations? When and where did they start? Salaam Alaykum, murids, seekers, curious, and interested listeners. We appreciate you and are happy to share our Sufi message. Your donation will help support our Sufi Center in Sydney, where we do zikr, sohbet, spiritual counseling, and healing services. We believe the message should be free, but it costs equipment, rental, services, software, and hardware to get this to you. So thank you for choosing our podcast among all the millions available. If you go to our website, ansarisufiorder.org, you will be able to donate through PayPal whatever you think this information is worth to you. Blessings and love, the Australian Ansari Sufi Order.